Our story begins in June of 1561, in the bustling city of Cadiz on Spain's Atlantic coast. It is from here that many set out to brave the challenges of a new world. For it is said that beyond the Atlantic, fame and fortune awaits the fearless.
Hi, I'm Rob Cram, and today we're taking a look at Kalypso Media's and Gaming Mind's Port Royale 3, which is essentially a management sim set in the 17th century. There are two ways to approach the game, which offers the chance to start out as a washed-up seafaring chap who works his way up the ranks and fancies his chances with a particular lady in waiting. Firstly, players can adopt a more passive approach and play through the trading elements on offer. This is the basis of the entire game, whereas the adventure campaign offers more focus on offensive gameplay. At a first glance, the game eases players into the trading role quite easily, offering helpful hints and video tutorials. Players gather ships, head to a location, buy goods and sell them somewhere else for a profit. It's simple enough to earn out a meagre existence trading with all and perhaps defending against the odd attacker. But there's much more at stake as various countries vie for control of the Caribbean islands and the islands of the Americas. The overall aim is to gain much success by building an empire that all works well together as players manage trading routes, work out which cities produce particular goods, and generally earning much money to fund further projects, all the while keeping the populace well happy and ship crews armed. Port Royale 3 works well enough, but sadly there are some frustrations to be had in terms of the game's often vague approach to discovery. Bar writing down notes on a bit of paper or having an excellent memory, the game does little to aid the gathering of resources early on, so there's lots of pointless trial and error to the point where many hours can be invested in making extremely tiny amounts of progress. It's only when progression allows for players to generate their own supply networks that the game becomes a little more manageable. Players opting for the more aggressive adventure campaign will find many similarities with the trader offering, but with a more focused element on naval warfare. This does offer some action-based gameplay, but once again is vague and fiddly to manage if choosing the more dramatic manual options. Port Royale 3 looks colourful and is filled with animated ships on the main map, which shows off the various islands and allows for quick views on what each city needs. It works, is pleasing on the eye, but comes alive when entering towns and seeing close-ups of the buildings and ships. It's not the best looking game close-up, where no doubt the PC version comes out on top, but it's still very functional on Xbox. The audio is mainly filled with tropical sound effects and a sweeping score that fits the theme very well. There's some minor voice acting moments and cinematic scenes to tell the story, which fare well, although most of the time the music will be the most prominent audio accompaniment. The game offers quite a large number of hours worth of entertainment, where the game does open up gradually but becomes rather repetitive during the first hours. Players are forced to do the same tasks over and over, although overall progression feels slow. There are other modes available such as free play, where players can set various parameters, but this is an option for more advanced players. Port Royale 3 is an interesting management game for console owners, although perhaps more suited to the PC crowd for many reasons. Whilst the conversion is good on console, the gameplay requires a bit of investment and understanding. Players who are looking for management style games will no doubt be pleased at the offering. In terms of being an accessible game for mainstream audiences, sadly is likely to be too vague and fiddly. Port Royale 3 scores an average 5 out of 10. I'm Rob Cram, thanks for watching.